Hi guys, we are now working with worksheet number 1, the basic isometric shapes. We do work with 30-degree lines going off to the right and to the left, and obviously we have vertical lines. Let's quickly have a look at the actual instruction. It says copy the drawings directly below, each respectively. So we have an isometric square directly below this isometric box or shape. We're going to have to do the same with this one over here for number 3 and number 1. We'll have to draw the parameter. So what I'm going to do is you're going to obviously be drawing it in yourself. I'm simply going to be using my computer tool, and I'm going to be copying each one of these shapes across. Much easier for me. Right. Once you have drawn your actual parameter or the box that yours fits in, remember you could simply draw a line going straight down from each one of these sides, and you'll have the width in which your shape is going to be fitting. And then obviously you'll just have to find this point over here and construct a line across to find where it meets this center point over here, like that over there. From that point there, you'll draw a 30-degree line going to the right and then a 30-degree line going to the left. Easy enough. Right, so now that we have the entire box that this shape will fit inside, we're going to be selecting our shape. I'm going to be focusing on number 2. You'll notice that no dimensions were given, so I'm going to be assuming my dimensions. Go click on my line tool. I can see that this line over here is a solid line, as well as this one. All my solid lines are very simple. I'm going to be including them. So I'm going to be selecting the lines that need to be solid. And you will obviously be drawing your lines in solid line. Right, it's as simple as that. I have focused on all the solid lines. I'm now going to be looking at the cut out portion on the inside of my drawing, or in the inside of my cube. I know that there's a small portion over there. I could simply be projecting this line straight down, which in fact I will be doing right now. From this point, I'm going to be projecting a line down, and I'm going to go to about there. Just take note how this line is projected down so that I can get the exact same distance from that point to that point over there. That'll give me that point to that point over there. I'm going to be doing the same with this side over here. This is exactly why I say you could just be projecting these sides down so that you can see exactly where each of these corners or the width of your object will be when you're drawing your original cube. It's a little bit like orthographic projection, except you're using isometric drawings to isometric drawings. There we go. It's taking shape now. we know that we have a certain distance. We don't know this distance. If you want to, you could go and measure it and plot it over here. But like I said, if there are no dimensions given, just assume your dimensions. Just remember that when you are drawing a line, it will always be at 30 degrees. So ensure that you use your 30-degree set square, and I will be using my 30 degrees on the computer from line to line. You could always measure up with this line is in line with this line over here. With your 30-degree set square, simply line it up over there and just have a check whether that one there is in line with this one over here. If so, I'm simply going to continue with this line from this point right through to that line. I'm just going to use my trimming tool. Don't need that one, and I don't need that one. You can see it taking shape over here. Be doing the same over here. I'm going to be using my 30 degrees. I'll put in 330 because the computer sees it at 360 degrees minus 30, and I'm going to be drawing from here right through to there. The computer has already lined it up for me, very nice and handy using the computer. Although this line over here doesn't look so accurate, we will quickly ensure that it becomes accurate. We're going to use our trimming tool. There we go. We've got our original profile that we're going to be cutting into our block with. I'm simply going to be making these light lines a little bit darker so that we could see them a little clearer. Right, we are almost there. We're going to be using our 30-degree set square from this corner onward. Yet again, we could use our drop-down lines, our projected lines, from this point down to give us that accurate line. In this case, I would expect you to use your knowledge and your skills to be able to do this. This drawing does take a little longer than expected, but our end result needs to be nice and accurate with good line work, obviously. last projected line will be this one over here, this corner coming down. The obvious advantages of a computer being able to zoom in on your computer corners, your drawn lines, and simply punching in the angle that you want, it will give you the accurate angle. Whereas you'll have to take a little bit more care as to using your 30-degree set square, so that you don't get 31 or 32 degrees, and that you are in fact getting the complete 30-degree line. There we go. Alright, so now that we have this line over here, we are short one other line. It's a 30-degree line from this angle backward. Let's go until it highlights. We'll trim the excess off, and we are now in the OK. We're simply going to be highlighting every one of these lines as the computer allows us. In your case, you would have drawn these lines in dark already. I'm going to make them a final line. And then we have two more lines to join. Let's go and find those 2 points. We are obviously going to be drawing a 30-degree line here. We want to have this at an angle, and that's going to be a 30-degree angle. I'm going to construct the line going back. In fact, we simply need to just draw it up to that point there, because you can see that if I go anywhere beyond this point, it's going to go behind. It's going to go behind this block over here. And then obviously the inside of this guy over here, I think I have my line set to 30 degrees. Let's make sure that it is going to give us a nice straight line. There we go. Alright. Those two lines also need to be viewed as final lines, or border lines. Alright. So just a little recap. We have obviously taken the projection of each one of these points to get our accurate sides. We worked with this surface first, and then we worked with the top surface in order to get an accurate joining point. I have also projected each one of these points in the top to be able to get each one of these accurate points over here. And I couldn't have done this without having the original isometric cube first. So know your parameter, know where it is, and work with your parameters. Draw the final lines that are there already, that are obvious, and then work with the more difficult lines projected from the original shape. Thank you for joining me on this worksheet. I hope you found this helpful, and join me next time.